Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another power bombing edition of I Don't Know Shit, the Lifetimes of Sycho Sid. This is the 46th edition. I'm your host, Brent Piles, and with me, as always, is a London boy. It's that G. What's that, Glenn? Glenn, how you doing?
Okay, considering the news. A little peek behind the curtain here for the folks is we weren't going to record that this week. We were going to leave it till next week. But with the sad news of Sid's passing, we decided that we needed to do something this week to pay tribute to the man. And it's going to be the show that you would have got next week, if you see what I mean.
That's right. It's going to be what we were going to do next week, which is Sid is currently the World Wrestling Federation champion. Which, I mean, Sid was a great champion, and obviously everything that I think a pro wrestler would want to be, right? I would think.
You think right from probably not Lord Humongous.
No, probably not.
But any sort of version of Sid after that was always over with the fans. And no matter how heelish he got, as you said in the chat the other day, the guy got away with hitting a 60-year-old man over the head with a camera and everybody popped for it.
Yeah, I mean, they still cheer him. I mean, on TV, he is supposed to be a bad guy right now, but he is universally cheered every time he comes out.
Yeah, and people are high-fiving him and high-fiving him. He must be one of the most underrated, charismatic wrestlers that there ever was.
I would agree with that, and I know, like we started this show, and like we do like to poke a little bit of fun, obviously, because that's what we do on this show with the nonsensical promos and stuff. But the nonsensical promos fit his character because he's supposed to be an unhinged person, so he's not supposed to make any sense sometimes.
That's right. Especially was it last week or the week before when he was raving about Shawn Michaels putting him in the loony bin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Perfect.
So that makes perfect sense.
A lot of people wouldn't have known that he was elsewhere.
Yeah, they wouldn't have known he was in the loony bin, apparently. But yeah, so he's the World Wrestling Federation right now. He's going toward In Your House, It's Time. And he's going to defend the World Wrestling Federation Championship against Bret Hart. But I have two promos that he did before this one, and the first one that we're going to look at was on the very last episode of Superstars, right before this pay-per-view, and he's doing a promo outside the building that the pay-per-view is going to be at. So it's
excellent.
Let's have a look at it.
A lot of other people feel it is a new era here in the WWF. It's Sycho Sid's time.
See, you're exactly right. And what I feel a little paranoia coming from you, Hitman. And the reason why, because you consider yourself the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever be. But see, you got to understand something, my friend. You're a great technical wrestler, but I beat the greatest technical wrestler of all time, and that's Shawn Michaels. And so that seed is planted in the back of your head, and you know that you've got to come to my game plan, and that is power that you don't have.
All right, well, speaking of Shawn Michaels, he'll be at ringside doing color commentary tonight. Is that going to be a major distraction?
No, it won't be, because I'll tell you something, Sean. If you stick your nose in my business, you'll get the exact same thing Jose got.
So it won't bother you none whatsoever. There's Shawn Michaels. Whoa, sit.
Tonight, Sid, wait.
Oh dear, that is amazing.
That was fun. Well, I was hoping he would throw Shawn Michaels in that water that was behind him. That would
have been even better.
Yeah.
But when Shawn Michaels just came out of nowhere at him and he just caught him.
Yeah, he comes flying over a trash bin. Out of nowhere.
Sid, don't move.
into Sid's arms. Yeah, Sid's the invisible object. So yeah, that was fun. I was really hoping somebody would take a bump into the water. How often do you think Sid just walked around in jeans with no shirt all the time?
Well, every time we've seen him in what you would call civvies, he never had a shirt on.
Oh, well, if I looked like Sid, I probably wouldn't wear a shirt either. So.
If you think that time he was on the beach with Vader and
oh yeah,
no shirt involved, jeans and sandals, but no shirt involved.
I mean, didn't they have a rousing beach volleyball game or something?
That was it, yeah.
Oh my, that was a lot. That was a lot of fun though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
All right, so one more promo. This is on the pay-per-view before the match, and then we will get to the match. Bret Hart. Well, highlights from the match because we wouldn't watch it all because it's probably
no, it's
because it involves Bret
far too long and good for us.
Exactly. So let's look at this promo and then we'll watch some of the match.
Wow! Just like that, Dotsy. If you haven't learned by now. Because they do something horrible will happen. See, don't put your nose in my business. And if you can't believe that, ask Jose.
All right, Sid, but Jose aside, tonight, you can squelch the critics. You can silence everybody by defeating the legend Bret the Hitman Hart.
Let me do something real simple, even with you with a bad hairdo, that you can even understand this. We'll play connect the dots. Figure this out, Bret. Sean beat you. Yeah, Sean beat you. And I beat Sean like a dog. So how easy will it be for me? Stop. Why? Because I'm a master. And I know the work of the work.
And you with the bad haircut.
It's very apt on this show at this time that we've actually seen two of Sid's better promos.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's funny how that worked out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
definitely. But here we go. It is Sid defending his WWF Championship against Bret the Hitman Hart. Here we go. Shawn Michaels, of course, out here for special guest commentary. So keep that in mind. Of course, this is the Life and Times of Sycho Sid, so I kind of tried to highlight the parts of this match where he's kicking Bret Hart's ass.
Yeah, of course.
Because this isn't the Life and Times of Bret Hart, because that would
we don't need to see Bret Hart wrestling.
That's a whole different show.
Yeah.
Oh, big
that's a
body slam there by Sid.
That looked like it actually knocked the wind out of him.
It did. I don't really think that Bret and Sid really had any feuds either in the time that Sid was with. Because you think in 1996 when he had his run, Bret was gone for most of 96. He didn't come back.
Yeah.
And so they really didn't have a whole lot of matches together. I guess in 97 they had a couple though, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah.
Which we'll get to. I mean, we talked about them on Warren's Attitude, but we'll repeat them again for the show, of course.
Looking at them for a different angle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a way different angle. This old man in the front row is pissed.
If you think that those matches, we were looking at that from the angle that Bret was going to go on to feud with HBK and Sid was going. But we won't look at it from that angle for this show.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Oh, Bret thought he throws him over.
Oh, that looks stiff.
That did. Now he's pulling the ring mat up. I'm sorry, not the ring mat. He's pulling out the mats on the floor out there.
Yeah.
Exposing the concrete. He ain't playing around with Bret Hart. He said, "Excellent to execution my ass. I'm about to actually execute you on the cement here." He's going to do. Outside. Sorry. Oh, I hope we don't get another storm like we got that one day where it just rolled in and started blowing 90-mile-an-hour winds and knocking down the power and shit.
Oh, we had that a few weeks ago.
Sorry for the weather report. But yeah, Bret Hart thrown down from the top rope. We only got a couple minutes on this match. I don't need to talk about the weather report too
Sid's still selling the back.
I'm in the basement anyway. I'll be okay.
Screw the rest of the family. I'm all right. I'm in the basement.
Well, Bryson's the only other one here. I can't help them. They're not here.
All right.
Big boot by Sid there, and Bret Hart goes crashing down to the mat. I think we're about to see a powerbomb. What do you think, Glenn?
I would bet on it if it's.
Oh, never mind. It's an Irish whip. It's a power slam.
Oh, it's a deep power slam. And of course, Bret being Bret, he kicks out.
Oh, well,
That's where he gets you in trouble.
Yep.
Stiff clothesline.
Teach you to kick out. I think Sid's got a little bit of a wedgie here. Uh-oh, now what's happening? Oh, here comes Steve Austin. Oh!
Hey!
Austin with the chop block on Bret Hart. Of course, they're in the midst of their feud. If you didn't listen to our 1996 Survivor Series review show, we reviewed their match. Bret now injured at the knee because of Stone Cold Steve Austin, so he's going to have to try to fight Sid in an ass kicking.
On one leg.
One leg. That's no good. You don't want to fight a man like Sid with one leg. Here comes the choke slam.
No.
This is
No good place to be in an ass kicking contest is having one leg.
That's it, right? It's got to be at one.
It's got to be it this time.
Oh,
no, he's kicked out again.
I can't believe it. Now what's going to happen? Oh, Bret steps out of the way here. Oh, he sends Sid Bolton into the outside here. Uh-oh.
I blame the editor for this.
My bad. I'll fire him. He doesn't get paid anything anyway. That's probably why he doesn't work very well. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Of course, now he's got a chair. What's he going to do with the chair? He's going to hit. No.
They're going to do what everybody does with Sid for chairs. Hit him or try to.
No, I would. Yeah, personally. If I would have had to fight him in 97, I would hit him with the chair.
No.
Michaels and
Sid
now. Let's see what happens here. Michaels and Sid having some words. Apparently, they're talking over this chair. Oh!
No.
A little shove to the face there by Sid on Shawn Michaels. He's not going to stand for that.
No.
Dogs are doing the run-in.
There we go. Boom. Start of a new food. Here's the powerbomb.
Here it comes. And bam!
There he goes.
And just as it should be. One, two,
3.
The master and the ruler of the world is still the World Wrestling Federation champion. Just as it should be.
Retains it. Excellent.
Didn't need any help from anyone. Shawn Michaels had nothing to do with this.
No.
Absolutely.
It's just like Jose Rifet, whatever his name is. He just got in the way.
That's right. Should have been standing there.
No. Shouldn't be.
He said if you get into his business, something bad's going to happen to you. And that's what happened. So
certainly did.
That's what happens. So that is all. That is it for this edition of The Life and Times of Sycho Sid. Of course, we want to, send all our condolences out to his family and all of his friends. And
yes,
he is certainly, a hero of mine growing up and someone I enjoyed, definitely. Stop it!
And there's no one of these, the few wrestlers that I've heard other wrestlers talking about that never had a bad word for.
Yeah, I mean, I may have heard backstage, people that work for WWE as like office people maybe had some bad words to say about him, but I never heard anybody who actually wrestled.
None of the workers actually
absolutely
had a bad word for him.
And it wasn't like I ever heard anybody say anything bad about him. It was just they would make, joking comments about his softball or whatever. But other than that, I never heard of Sid being a problem or other than
no. No.
And I've also had people like in our YouTube comments tell me that they met him and he was very nice. And I've seen him in interviews. He looks like a really nice guy. So definitely a rest in peace to Big Sid. And that's it.
Another one gone too soon.
Definitely, and it's a shame that he didn't get into the Hall of Fame before he he definitely needs to get in this year.
I saw that he put out a tweet about a month before he passed, basically saying that 2025 should be the year that he gets inducted before it's too late. But sadly, now it's too late.
Yeah, it's too bad. Hopefully, yeah, but hopefully, you know,
They'll do it posthumously, yeah.
definitely be his year. But that's it. That's all for this episode, episode 46.
Yes.
The only thing left to do is for Glenn to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, the skeptics and all the people have a little bit of... Let me do this again.
Oh, it's live, pal.
And I have half the brain that you do.
Tried to